Check. 100, 99, 98, 97, 96. You can hear me? But I'm not getting anything from the board. Check. Check.
I can hear you. There you go.
Sorry. No, it's cool. I don't know this setup, so I don't know.
Is there a runner up there that can? Stand by.
All right. Good. And hello again, and welcome to SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of the 3C2A Baseball Championship from Fresno, California. I am Jeff Stoynoff, joined by Tony Barbone, and we are underway in game number 1 with Kevin Kyle on the mound, working to Jerry Granillo, leading things off for El Camino. And Bones, welcome back. Great to have you here. And as we talk about our first matchup here today, it's your standard irresistible force meets immovable object matchup, as we have a lineup that has been bordering on ridiculous lately in San Joaquin Delta. 6 straight games in the postseason, double-digit runs on the board, one of the leading hitting teams in the entire 3C2A, against El Camino that comes in with the best ERA overall as a staff in the 3C2A. Who does that favor as these teams get their first look at each other?
I think it probably just depends on what dugout you're in today, but yeah, we have defending state champion San Joaquin Delta. We have one of the guys that we favored last year, Kevin Kyle, on the mound starting for Delta. And Jeff, I think maybe the easiest way to categorize it is that we have a how team and a wow team. I mean, Delta's the wow team, and I think El Camino has proven that they're the how team. So we have 2 different entities, both great ball clubs, both capable of being a state champion, and we'll see how it works out today.
Full count to Granillo, who comes in batting .229, a home run, 14 runs batted in on the season. Fouled out of play, and a lengthy at bat here right away for Granillo. So get a good look at Kevin Kyle, who returns. If memory serves, it was Kyle on the bump as Delta closed out the championship a year ago here at Fresno, and he is back leading this staff. And don't be fooled by the gaudy hitting numbers. It's a pretty good pitching staff, which we'll get into as well for the Mustangs. Payoff pitch to Granillo. Line drive left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Granillo with a leadoff single.
Well, I think there's a demonstration of working the count, letting that ball get deep with 2 strikes and driving that ball the other way. So this is a statement on Nate Fernley's team. They find a way to get it done. They're not really sure how that's going to happen, whether it's on the mound with the glove or on the base pass, but I think you'll see quite a ball game today.
Spencer Palmer due up next. He'll be followed by Joseph Borges, and then Spencer Long in the cleanup spot here in the top of the first. We'll start to go through the Mustang defense for you here shortly. Kyle pumps the fastball just outside a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Palmer, who comes in batting .331, 3 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Another left-handed bat in the lineup against the right-handed pitching Kyle. Back to the fastball, that one at the knees, called strike 1. In left field, it's Anthony Lucchetti. In center field, Jimmy McClanahan. And in right field, Vinny Bologna for San Joaquin Delta.
Vinny Bologna, one of the stars of last year's championship team, if I remember, Jeff.
well, his numbers are gaudy to say the least. Line to left, but it's Lucchetti there for the out. Palmer retired.
Good at bat, good defense. That just shows the strength and scouting reports of both these coaching staffs. They'll have their teams ready to play. And the 209, as Coach Peters calls them, will be ready to go.
Borges batting .345, 4 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Go over the Delta infield for you after this pitch. First pitch to Borges, high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Kevin Fitzgerald at third, Zach Mathis at short, Tyson Corio at second base, Blake Dickman at first. Big swing and a miss. There's a breaking ball from Kyle.
Uses his breaking ball effectively. You know, he's pretty much a fastball command guy, both sides of the plate, arm side and extension side. But he'll throw that breaking ball in there and make you fumble up a little bit.
1-1 to Borges. Just underway, top of the first inning. First of 2 today. El Camino, San Joaquin Delta later at 4 o'clock. Orange Coast College, Sacramento City. I was wanting to talk a little bit about that Memorial Day weekend here in Fresno, and we're back to crown a 3C2A baseball champion this weekend. And if it feels like a measure of deja vu, well, wait till you get a load of the lineup for the Final Four. 3 out of 4 teams return, chasing a championship here in 2019. And El Camino, boy, you have to go all the way back to 2017 for their last appearance here. So some familiar sights here at Fresno.
They say the true mark of a champion is one that repeats, and so these gentlemen are back. I'm competing once again with 4 strong clubs.
3-1 to Borges, ripped to left, but again, Lucchetti positioned well. Borges lined it hard, but Lucchetti there, 2 down, a runner at first, and that'll bring up Spencer Long.
Spencer Long been in the 4-hole for El Camino most of the year. He also doubles as a closer, and got the game-winning home run versus Cypress College.
Yeah, incredible drama in Game 3 of the regionals for the Warriors as the fastball in there for a strike. Kyle 11-2 on the season, the ERA 3.27. And Kyle's got very good stuff, as you would expect from a leader on an excellent staff. But I think he's also around the plate quite a bit. A lot of balls in play for Kevin Kyle as well.
Yeah, he's a strike thrower. He's a competitor, and he's experienced. I mean, remember, this guy spent some time
off speed
on that same mound last year, 365 days ago.
Yep.
So confident kid. And I shared with you last year, had some time to spend with him bullpen chatting last year, and just a fun-loving kid. His dad said hello to us again this morning, and
yeah, he has fun out there.
He does.
It's infectious when you're watching.
He is the epitome.
He gets you into it.
He is the epitome, for sure.
0-2 on Long. Kyle from the belt comes home high with the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it looks like I've seen the breaking ball dropped in there to good effect here in the top of the first, but it looks like Kyle likes to work primarily off that fastball.
He does. He has good command, and there was trying to elevate and an 0-2 count, trying to lift it up a little bit and get a chase, but Spencer Long, pretty disciplined player.
Here is the 1-2. Long takes that one away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and getting back to the regionals, it was 1-1 heading to Game 3. El Camino took a 6-3 lead into the 9th. Long on the mound trying to wrap it up, and the Chargers, apt to their name, come charging back with 4 on the board to take a 7-6 lead. Just a heartbreaking loss, but it was Long ultimately who had the final say. As Long came to the plate in the last of the 9th as this one's chopped foul.
In a season of obviously extreme difficulty for everyone that's happened with one of their student athletes, as we memorialized before the game, which I thought was just a classy and just a wonderful thing for the 3C2A to do. To hit the walk-off home run, it's, like you said, there's higher powers in us, and we need to believe in those, and it looks like that was in effect for El Camino.
Yeah, a season dedicated to their fallen teammates Slater Mole who passed away on April 18th. Slate Mold, excuse me. Ball just outside. The Delta crowd wanted it. Yes, Slade and Mole in a tragic auto accident back on April 18th.
It was a crushing moment, you know, for those of us who have known Nate for so long, and the way he handled it with such class, and the way that institution dealt with it with such professionalism and sensitivity was just a wonderful thing.
Here's the 3-2. Runner breaks, swing and a miss. Long down on strikes to retire the top of the first. We're through half an inning, just underway. The 3C2A Baseball Championship from Fresno here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Tyson Corio will lead things off for the Mustangs, to be followed by Jimmy McClanahan and Zach Mathis here in the bottom of the first against Jimmy Galicia. It's the start for the Warriors. Number one starter for a staff that has been outstanding top to bottom. First pitch, and Corio swings and fouls it away. Galicia comes in with a record of 12-2, an ERA of 1.74 on the season as he works to Corio, batting .373, home runs, 37 runs batted in. We had just enough time to mention quickly that in a 6-0 run through the postseason, the Mustangs ground ball, base hit for Corio. So Corio aboard to lead things off. 6 consecutive games for San Joaquin Delta, double-digit runs on the board. Only one time this season have they lost as many as 2 in a row. It has been a dominating season en route to a Big 8 championship in the North as they try to repeat as 3C2A champions. Here in Fresno, Corio with a lead at first. First pitch to McClanahan in there for a strike. McClanahan batting .365, 1 home run, 39 runs batted in. Corio, as you would expect, a threat to go, 23 steals in 29 attempts on the season. And a throw over. Vinny Bologna, the cleanup hitter for Delta, will go over the rest of the lineup. Bunted on the left side. Trouble for Galicia. Able to get McClanahan at first. That's a terrific play by Galicia on a ball that looked like it could be trouble. It goes down as a successful sacrifice, and At some level there, I think McClanahan saw that maybe there was an opportunity to bunt his way on. But Galicia doing a terrific job fielding his position, able to throw off the back foot and get enough on it to get McClanahan at first. Corio at second now with one down, and Zach Mathis coming to the plate as Bologna moves on deck. Run through the rest of the lineup here momentarily. First pitch to Mathis, breaking ball just outside. Pat Rivera, the home plate umpire, here for game one. Hal Simon at first, Mike Carr, the third base umpire. A ball and a strike on Mathis. And again, Galicia goes to the breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Bologna, the cleanup hitter, waiting on deck. Anthony Lucchetti batting 5th and left. Blake Dickman, the first baseman, batting 6th. Dylan Tatum, the designated hitter, batting 7th. Kevin Fitzgerald at 3rd, batting 8th. And Thomas Greeley, the catcher, batting 9th. Mathis, if memory serves, Bones, a returning sophomore as well from this team last year.
Played the heck out of defense last year for them, and another standout on the San Joaquin Delta team.
3 balls and a strike on Mathis, and don't think for a second that you've got first base empty. I mean, you do, but with Bologna waiting on deck, I think Galicia's got to come to Mathis with something here.
Galicia, who usually commands the zone very, very well, been strong all year, and you never know what's going to happen when you get in this situation. So a little
string. Count goes full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mathis, 10 home runs, 66 runs batted in, batting .352 on the season. So every bit the dangerous bat that you would expect in the third hole.
You talked about at the beginning, right at the outset, Jeff, that this is the Wild team. They got some thunder, and they know to put the ball in play.
Payoff pitch. Pop back to the screen.
And Nate Fernley, head coach for El Camino, was a pitcher in his own right, outstanding right-hander at BYU. I think he might still hold the record for most wins in a season at 16. He knows how to pitch. He directs what pitch is called.
And evidently he knows how to teach pitching. As well, based on
they're strong every year on the Hill, and
based on the team, yeah.
And his staff does a great job.
3-2 on Mathis. Corio away from second. Deep drive into right, but playable. And it's Granillo coming in to make the catch. And Mathis had a good cut, but got that one a little bit off the end of the bat. So 2 down now in the bottom of the first, and Corio still at second. Looked like Galicia, I think, took a little something off there again, a breaking ball, and had Mathis out in front.
Well, with the base open and a right-hander on deck, that's the evolution of the game. Right, left, situational pitch. And wasn't giving him something he could drive.
Here is Bologna, 16 home runs, 72 runs batted in on the season, a .413 average. And danger here for Galicia. First pitch in the dirt.
Good jump.
Now a latent jump for Corio, trying to get third, and he's thrown out. Take a look at the replay, and this one off of Bologna, and I think that's a break for the Warriors, as that one ends up ricocheting directly back to Casillas behind the plate, who fires a strike to get Corio trying to advance.
They got it up there. That was awesome. That was it.
That is how the first inning ends, through 1. No score, El Camino and San Joaquin Delta on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Kevin Kyle back on the hill. He'll work to Ty Conrad, Aaron Orozco, and Matt Becerra in the top of the second. First pitch in there for a strike.
Ty Conrad recognized last night at the team banquet that as the Susan Moore Scholarship winner. Outstanding young man. Actually was the roommate of Sladen Mole. So outstanding student, outstanding person, and really instrumental in keeping his team together during that tragedy.
Outstanding off-speed pitch from Kyle in there for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes the count. As you get a look at sophomore Kevin Kyle. Here's the pitch to Conrad, and again back to the breaking ball, and Conrad stays alive. Ty Conrad, the left fielder, comes in batting .236, 2 home runs, 24 runs batted in. And fly ball left field, but it's going to drop in for a base hit. So a bloop single off the bat of Conrad, and the leadoff man aboard for the second consecutive inning for El Camino.
Good pitch by Kevin, got in a little bit, not able to get extended, but able to put it right there on the green grass right in front of the black shoes.
We talked about the drama in the regionals against Cypress, but then it was a dominating performance over Glendale for El Camino to punch their ticket to Fresno.
They had 2 strong outings in the playoffs, one against, unfortunately, Pasadena City College, the other one against Glendale, and then always the competitive Chargers under the direction of Scott Pickler at Cypress College.
Aaron Orozco in the lineup, 2 home runs, 31 runs batted in, batting .303, and Orozco one of the central parts of the pitching staff as well. So he's the designated hitter here in game 1, chopped foul.
He is a strong 2-way player, and again, the depth on the mound for the Warriors, especially at the front end of the game, is what's brought him here.
Conrad with 4 steals and 4 attempts on the season. And do you expect that the Warriors will need to put some runners in motion, trying to make some things happen in order to try and scratch some runs across against Kyle?
Well, I think, again, they're not known for tremendous power, and we did categorize them a little bit like a how team, and how teams do that. They show you how they'll execute, how they'll manufacture runs, and how they'll do those kinds of things. And so Nate's not afraid to get him going.
1-1 to Orozco in the dirt. There goes Conrad. The throw down, they won't get him. The throw into shallow center, and Conrad going to take third on the play.
I think there you saw an opportunistic Ty Conrad looking for the ball in the dirt, getting that good secondary lead, not taking anything for granted or taking a pitch off, and you get 183 feet there.
And now the potential go-ahead run here in the top of the second, just 90 feet away, still nobody out. It's 2 balls and a strike on Orozco. Infield back, up the middle, about even with the bag at first and third. Here's the 2-1 from Kyle. High fastball, and he blew it by him.
A little anxious, ball out of the zone. Let the ball get deep, get a ball down in the zone. They want you just to roll it in the middle of the diamond, get yourself a run, get some energy going in the right way.
Matt Becerra waiting on deck. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul tip, but Greeley holds it for the strikeout.
Kevin Kyle go to what quote-unquote got him here. And that's that extension side fastball. Competitor, you'll see Delta bring their infield in. Coach Peters now betting on his pitcher, betting on his stud, sophomore Kevin Kyle.
And that'll bring up Becerra, the third baseman, batting .222 on the season. 2 home runs, 23 runs batted in. Breaking ball in the dirt, and a nice job by Greeley, keeping that one in front. And of course, 1 out and run on third. And pressure ups on Greeley behind the plate.
And as we saw in the last inning, catcher did a nice job keeping that centered and keeping the ball in front of him.
Becerra takes the breaking ball for a strike.
sign of a good young pitcher when comes back, repeats the pitch, makes it effective after not delivering it with the best effectiveness prior to that.
1-1. Here's the pitch, ground ball into center, a base hit. The Warriors grab the lead.
With that infield drawn in, it exposes your defense a little bit, but Becerra gets the bat on the ball, gets it in the middle of the diamond. He shows you how they can get runs. That free 180 feet, excuse me, made a difference.
Yeah, the Conrad stolen base, the throwing error, and he takes third, and then Becerra finishes the job, and it's El Camino that grabs a 1-0 lead. You'll have to go back some to find the last time that the Delta Mustangs were looking up on the scoreboard.
It's been a while.
It's been a dominating run through the postseason, really through all of 2019.
They come in here as the 1 seed. Orange Coast 2, El Camino 3, Sac City 4, and there's a reason for that. But again, it's early. It's inning 2 on day 1.
Well, when you start out with every team in the 3C2A and now you're down to a 1 seed versus a 4 seed, it narrows a little bit. Not too much difference. Down to the top 4.
They're all great clubs. They're all capable. Great leadership, great institutions, and places where young men succeed and move forward.
El Camino, co-champions in the South Coast South, and the South come in with a record of 38-7 on the season. 2 balls and no strikes on Brandon Casillas, the catcher for the Warriors. Fastball away, and all of a sudden Kyle starts to struggle with control. Kyle on the season in 96 innings, 26 walks, 119 strikeouts. And he issues the walk here to Casillas on 4 pitches. And now it's first and second, still only 1 out. And Taishe Nakawaki coming to the plate for El Camino. And Nakawaki, a .303 hitter on the season, 1 home run, 20 runs batted in, and you referenced that Nakawaki's home run came at a particular opportune moment as well.
After the unfortunate tragedy with the student athlete at El Camino, had a memorial on Monday. Talk about an inspirational time. I mean, I know I went to the GoFundMe page and they'd already raised over $12,000 more than the goal. The next day they had to play baseball. This young man who hadn't had a home run all year on his way to UCI, hits a walk-off home run to win the game 2-1. Back to
0-1. Nakawaki thought about a bunt but takes it for a strike, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Back to reminding us that there is a power higher than ours. They just went through the ultimate in turmoil, and it's a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th to win a ball game 2-1. So special time for Tiashi.
0-2 the count. Fastball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Becerra at second, Casillas at first. 1 down here in the top of the second. Kyle's pitch, ground ball, fair ball. A race to the bag at third, and Fitzgerald wins the race to force Becerra at third.
Nice play by Kevin Fitzgerald on the backhand down the line. Kept the ball in front of him, beat the runner to the bag, and Kevin Kyle's an out away from getting out of this under the auspices of bend and don't break.
And that'll bring up Granillo, who singled his first time up.
contrast to the first inning where just about every out was hit sharply.
Yeah.
And in the second inning,
I was just thinking that it's ironic, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And then this inning they've been 32 hoppers and a bloop single. So that ball's going to be
hooking
foul.
down the right field line, foul. Now Granillo hits it on the screws, but a little out in front. No balls and a strike. In a double elimination format, game one. Don't let the double elimination fool you. Something of a misnomer. So very important to stay in that winner's bracket. It gets so difficult once you take a loss. Of course, the winner of this one moves directly to day 2 of the tournament, but the loser of this one already needs to win back-to-back doubleheaders to win a championship.
So it takes depth, it takes character, it takes a little bit of luck. Needs some good weather.
And more often than not, it takes a game 1 win.
Yes, sir, it does.
A ball and a strike on Granillo. In there for a strike. 1-2.
Kevin Kyle fighting his way back here through a scrappy El Camino lineup. A strike away from getting out of this.
Kyle from the belt. Here's the pitch. Just outside. It's a breezy afternoon. Wind blowing out looks to me like left center field. Bones, as I check out the flag out there in center field.
Looks like it's kind of a cross. It might be going to the left field corner, but I'm not a meteorologist.
Here's the 2-2 to Granillo. Swing and a miss. Kyle gets the strikeout, but El Camino gets the lead. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the second, El Camino 1, San Joaquin Delta 0. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship here from SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the second inning, Jimmy Galicia readies himself on the mound as he will work to Bologna, Lucchetti, and Dickman. 4, 5, and 6 due up for San Joaquin Delta in a 1-0 game in favor of El Camino.
We'll see here in the first inning, the second inning, if this run for El Camino steadies Jimmy a little bit in this second inning.
First pitch lifted high and deep to left at the track. Put it on the board. Bologna, home run number 17 on the season.
Well, I chick-earned that a little bit, didn't I? No surprise, Vinny Bologna, star from last year. By the way, that was a bomb. That was right into that.
I'll see if we'll get one more look here. I don't know if they can get the replay on that one. We'll see what Emory can do. But, boy, I'll tell you, as if the numbers didn't provide some kind of indication, Vinny Bologna wants to give you the visual here right in the bottom of the second inning, and he took that way out.
That was, MLB has that on an exit speed about $120 probably.
Fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes on Lucchetti, and well, it took 20-plus pitches and scratch went across for El Camino, and then it took about 1 pitch to erase that. But we're back to a tie ball game at 1 now after the Bologna home run, and there for a strike to Lucchetti.
And that went over the fence. I think most people said, "Wow, Jeff."
I know inside. That's what I was saying. Well,
the wowers of San Joaquin Delta.
I don't always have the greatest depth perception off the bat of the ball, just as an aside. And when I know that you got it right away, brother, you hit the ball pretty hard.
That was loud. It was loud.
2 balls and a strike to Lucchetti. Galicia ready into the wind. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, just missed. 3 balls and a strike on Lucchetti. And well, if you're Galicia, you've got to put that aside.
Oh, absolutely.
1 batter and your base is clear, back to work.
WIN, what's important next? It's this hitter. Get the second man of the inning.
3-1 to Lucchetti. Low and away. And a walk to Lucchetti.
We saw it in the top of the second. Kevin Kyle gave up a run, and then he walked the next guy. Jimmy Galicia, another standout right-hander, gives up a run, walks the next guy. Just it's the ebb and flow of 18 to 22-year-old young men, and the energy of what this state tournament brings to us.
Blake Dickman batting .338 on the season, 2 home runs, 37 runs batted in. And unlike the Warriors, at least statistically, when you look up and down the stands, El Camino, or I should say San Joaquin Delta, much more prone to make running a big part of what they do offensively. 143 steals as a team, only caught 29 times since the first pitch is in there for a strike to Dickman.
They have every ability. They do it with the glove, with the bat, with their feet.
0-1 pitch, cued foul. Dickman quickly in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, if there's a way to score a run, chances are the Mustangs have done it.
Yeah, it's tough to keep them in the barn, so to speak.
That is exactly what Jimmy Galicia has been tasked with here. Outside a ball. 1-2. Lucchetti 9 steals in 10 attempts.
Good size lead. He's to the cutout.
1-2 pitch. Staying there. Base hit into right field for Dickman. 3 straight have reached against Galicia.
That doesn't happen very often, but a good job with 2 strikes. Not afraid to get jammed and just hit a roller into right field. Still gets you 90 feet.
That'll bring up Dylan Tatum. Tatum, the designated hitter today. Batting .287, 4 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Mustangs coming back with a vengeance here in the bottom of the second. They've already tied it up, and now they have 2 on, still nobody out. And Galicia, extra long look from the stretch. And hard to tell if that one might have gotten a piece of the bat, but they call that a hit batsman. And we'll have a look at the replay here. Had kind of a strange bounce to it, but
yeah, it just didn't look
Pat
like
Rivera had a quick call. Good view. And that'll load him up.
Coach Fernley to the mound now for a settling visit.
Still nobody out. Kevin Fitzgerald due up next. Batting 179 on the season, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. Fitzgerald splitting some time at third base with Bubba Dentoni through much of the season. Thomas Greeley waits on deck, and then it's the top of the order. Tyson Coria. But for Fitzgerald, a massive opportunity here. Bases loaded.
Nobody out, one across. Let's see if Jimmy can dodge the same bullet that Kyle did and get out of it. Not too effective.
114 innings pitched for Jimmy Galicia on the season. 24 walks, 78 strikeouts. First pitch lifted deep into center field. Borges in front of the track. That will easily score the runner from third on the play. Dickman advances to third.
Ball driven pretty well for a sub-200 hitter right there. Good swing, ready to hit. Got a fastball that he could drive and got his teammate in to give the Mustangs a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Fitzgerald hits that to the deepest part of the park. Otherwise, that's a ball that easily could have one-hopped or hit the wall.
Absolutely.
Teddy comes home to score the second run of the inning. The Mustangs have the 2-1 lead, 1 down. Runners at first and third. And good job by Dickman, recognizing off the bat and able to take third on the play. Bunted in the air, in between the mound and first. Everybody's going to be safe. It's a bunt hit for Greeley and a 3-1 lead for the Mustangs.
It's like that song, 16 tons, Jeff. If the right one doesn't get you, the left one will. So whether it's a monstrous home run, a safety squeeze, a 2-strike hit, the Mustangs have potential in just about all parts of their lineup.
Tatum at second, Greeley at first, and Tyson Corio coming to the plate. 3 on the board for Delta during the bottom of the second. After El Camino briefly took the lead, first pitch swinging for Corio and fouled away.
Looks like Delta's breakfast is starting to kick in. They're swinging at the first pitch and coming out aggressive again. A lot of things have happened on the first pitch and every at-bat this inning.
Corio with a single his first time up. He was eventually thrown out trying to steal third on a ball that got away to end the first inning. The 0-1 pitch, off speed. A check swing and no appeal. Looks like
he did go around.
A strike on Corio. Actually, I think Pat Rivera made up his own mind there. I think he called that a strike before the appeal down.
He was decisive.
No balls, 2 strikes. The count on Corio. Galicia's pitch, low and outside. There's a look at Tyson Corio, leadoff hitter for the Mustangs. Came in with an average of 370. That's right in the meaty part of the curve for this team. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
370 is going to get you some iron.
Hey, turn the barrel right here, Ty.
So Corio works it back to a 2-2 count. Still only 1 out. Runners at first and second. Galicia checks the runner, now comes home. Cold, strike 3. And Corio knew it.
He was fooled. He handled it well.
Take a look at the replay here, and boy, you can't locate it a whole lot better. 2 down, and that'll bring up McClanahan. Successful sacrifice his first time up. McClanahan came in batting .365. Off-speed pitch a ball.
Galicia using his breaking ball a little bit more than he usually does today. But that's a tribute to this mighty Mustang lineup.
Now the forecast tomorrow is for steady rain and cold weather. Hardly believe it. It's a picture-perfect day for baseball. Here to get things started on day one. That one in the dirt, but a good job by Casillas keeping that one in front.
Well, as we prepared this week, Jeff, with the 3C2 office and the game management staff, and we stood by the fact that it's not raining until it's raining, that we do have a backup plan, and tomorrow could be washed, but those could be great baseball ahead.
Yeah, the good news Monday and Tuesday, if necessary. Looks like the weather should get a little better. We'll get this done.
We will. We will.
Here's the 2-0 to McClanahan. Big swing and he fouled it away. I'd say McClanahan almost swung out of his shoes there. He was thinking about getting one to drive, and they say good job keeping that a little bit up in the zone. Up and out of the zone, really.
That a 2-0 count. It's kind of a cheat count if you get your pitch, but might not have been exactly his pitch. A little bit up.
2 balls and a strike. Jimmy McClanahan. Didn't put the runner back. Tatum. Not too much of a lead. Mathis and Bologna, extreme danger waiting on deck. San Joaquin Delta, top of the order, is so very potent, but this is a huge batter for Jimmy Galicia in so many ways. 2-1. Fly ball center field. Borges started back, now on the run, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Borges fooled a little bit off the bat on that one, but makes up the ground a little bit. Speaking of making up the ground, the Mustangs 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Vinny Bologna goes deep. Delta back out in front, 3-1 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 3rd inning, Delta with a 3-1 lead. It'll be Spencer Palmer, Joseph Borges, Spencer Long. 2, 3, 4 in the order due up against Kevin Kyle, who has been staked to a 2-run lead. So happy you've joined us for the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch all of the action, every pitch, here on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1, or on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. Line drive, but right to Mathis, who has it for out number 1. Lastly, of course, you can find all of the links to all of the games at CCCAAsports.org, Tournament Central, on the baseball page.
Y'all been Tournament Central for a couple weekends in a row, huh, Jeff? You've been in Bakersfield.
That's
You've
right.
been running the 99 for a couple weekends.
May is our tournament month. We love it. And we hope that you are here with us for some or all of the 3C2A Baseball Championship. And hey, if you're on the YouTube page, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to the channel. You can receive updates on all of our coverage moving forward on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We're so thrilled to be in partnership with the California Community College Athletic Association, covering so many of their championship events. Fouled away.
So, Jeff, the question in the morning is, all the time you spend on the 99, where's your guys' favorite place to pull over and grab some chow? You got one yet?
Well, on our budget, you usually order from a clown's mouth, but that's really that's about all I can say on it. But
that's called a cheek burger.
We're getting familiar with it. If only my buddy and broadcast partner Mike Zepeda were here. And I'm not just saying that because he's 6'10", so he's a guy who, you know.
Well, he needs more than the clown's mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Needs an elephant's trunk, doesn't he?
Needs a fair amount of food just to keep going.
Just
when
to
you're
stay
that
6'10".
size. It's a big team here, but good memory for that kind of thing. But we're low maintenance guys. A burger and we're happy. That's how it works. 2-2, swing and a miss. Borges down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down for Kyle.
Kyle seems to have settled into this inning a little bit. 3 runs tends to give you a little bit of confidence, maybe a couple of MPHs on your velo. And Kevin Kyle looking good.
Well, it's got to be such a nice feeling on the mound when you have the kind of offense that puts up such prodigious amounts of offense in a game. And obviously at 1-0, you can feel like, well, I know my guys are going to get that back plus a little bit more before it's all said and done. It gives you a little more margin for error. Here's the 0-1. Ball and the strike.
Back around the zone again in Kevin Kyle's standard. Feeling pretty good.
Kyle up to 4 strikeouts in the game. Just 1 walk. Off-speed pitch, and it was a good job by Long just to get a piece. A ball and 2 strikes to count. And you see the pitch count here in the 3rd, unofficially by our numbers at 57. Try to update you and make sure that that's an official pitch count for you. But it's a fairly high total. But you have to feel like in this format, this is likely to be Kevin Kyle's only appearance of the weekend. Well, if you get rained out a day,
yeah. Now
that brings some things that aren't normally the case back into the fold, and a possibility if you look ahead to a possible game on Tuesday.
If you remember, Kevin Kyle was a participant within a day's rest last year.
Yeah, and, it could be available on for relief appearance.
And so he's done some things, and it just depends on how they manage their count through the course of the year. If their numbers are up, but I think most guys will be, that are effective will be in the 100-110 pitch range.
1-2 on Long. Off-speed pitch, and Long able to fight it off.
And usually your target is about 15 pitches per inning. As far as a gauge, Kevin's going to be well over that after the 3rd inning, depending on when it completes. But he's touching 60 now, so he's going to need to have a low count inning here pretty soon to maintain his depth in the game.
1-2, high and inside. Well, he's working on 1 here with 2 up and 2 down, but Long doing a nice job of working a deep count. Pitch number 7. If memory serves, of this at bat coming up. 2-2. Just outside. The Mustang faithful want it. Not going to get it. We got a full count on Spencer Long. There's the Kevin Kyle shimmy.
Yeah, there it is. That's the confidence shimmy
for
that we've seen
pitch.
Before.
The payoff to Long. Back to the screen.
Good stroke. That was mano a mano right there. Both men competing.
Long, another one of the 2-way players for El Camino. And a foul tip. 26 innings pitched. To go with the batting numbers.
He's been predominantly their closer. And he's an extended inning closer. He's not like a ninth inning closer. He's been an extended inning guy.
He's old school, and he's down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the third. 3-1 San Joaquin Delta on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the third inning, and the heart of the order due up for San Joaquin Delta, who will try to extend on a 3-1 lead. Zach Mathis, Vinny Bologna, Anthony Lucchetti due up. Mathis fly to right. His first time up. Galicia kicks and delivers and misses well.
It's important for Galicia to have a good inning here in the bottom of the third to try and stabilize a little bit and bring some momentum back to his teammates in the dugout.
1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Mathis. Ball and a strike. And defense behind El Camino pitcher Jimmy Galicia. Matt Becerra at third. Taishe Nakawaki at short. Long at second. Spencer Long at second. Spencer Palmer at first. Here's the 1-1. Line drive. Nakawaki has it for the out. Mathis hits it hard, but right at Nakawaki for out number 1.
That's something that Jimmy needed. A little bit of a turn.
That'll bring up Bologna. Bologna, his first time up, took one way out to left field for a home run.
Heard somebody say he hit the Bologna out of that one. I don't know. That maybe came from bleachers, not necessarily. Or maybe that was Mike Zepeda.
It does sound like a Mike Zepeda. And there's one that we would get from him. Breaking ball in the dirt, a ball and a strike. There's a look at Galicia. Has the sign that he wants. Here's the pitch. Good fastball at the knees. A ball and 2 strikes on Bologna. And Bologna is picking it up of late as well. I want to say he has 6 home runs in his last 7 games. Big cut there, and he fouls it back. So he's going a little Don Mattingly, Dale Long here. He's putting together a little streak.
Whoa.
Home runs.
The Dale Long call. That's
getting ready for some baseball trivia before it's all said and done. The 1-2 to Bologna. Back to the screen again. For Bologna, 17 home runs. And he'll go up there hacking. 172 at bats, 20 walks, 45 strikeouts. So
he's roughly at 25%, which is kind of normal for a power hitter.
Here's the 1-2 from Galicia. Just outside.
A lot of dissatisfaction on that side of the plate today.
Tough job.
Oh yeah,
calling the balls and strikes. It's your everyday thankless job.
it's one of them. It's a top 2.
2-2 pitch. In the dirt. Full count now on Bologna. Payoff pitch. Hopped up. Right field. Granillo.
About as high as his previous at-bat, just not quite as far.
Oh, sometimes you get a sense of the power. It's to measure how I measure the hang time on that one. How long that Granillo had to wait for that ball to come down, but Bologna retired, and now Anthony Lucchetti will be the batter, 2 up, 2 down. And after the trouble in the second, it's now 4 in a row retired by Galicia. Camino fans certainly hope that he is settling into a groove. 1 ball, no strikes.
This would be what the doctor ordered here to just stabilize that offense a little bit.
Outside to Lucchetti, 2 balls, no strikes. Blake Dickman would be next if Lucchetti can keep it alive.
That's trouble.
Slow roller on the left side. Becerra charging, but he won't have a play. It squirts away, but it'll be an infield hit for Lucchetti.
Good things happen when you put it in play.
Yeah, not much chance
No.
for Becerra on that play, playing a deep third. So a base runner aboard, and Blake Dickman, who singled his first time up, will stand in for Delta. We're in the bottom of the third, game 1 of 2. Day 1 of the 3C2A Baseball Championship. We're on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So happy you've joined us. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Good first pitch strike, get it over breaking ball in the middle of the plate. Good hitting plan by Blake. And to stay off that pitch, that's not what he was looking for.
Lucchetti at first with good speed. Good fastball again from Galicia. No balls, 2 strikes on Blake Dickman. Big hole on the right side as Palmer holds the runner on. For Dickman.
If memory serves me correct, I think it was Dickman's 2-strike effort that rolled one into that 3-5 hole the last time he was up. Is that
A bit of
correct?
speculation, but as I'm watching that ball, that action, I believe you're right about that. Tailing away. Is that possibly a slider from Jimmy Galicia?
A little bit of a cut, maybe a little bit of a cut fastball. Just didn't quite have the
1-2. Off speed, just
That would be
misses.
a
2
slider.
balls and 2 strikes. That was awfully close, and Dickman with another chance.
He's still there. Still competing. 2s are wild, Jeff.
Yes, indeed. Galicia from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Well outside. A full count. Both teams settling into more of a patient approach at the plate.
Pitch counts
Deeper
are,
counts here.
Yeah, pitch counts are elevating for both of these young men.
Camino as a team, top 20 in walks as a team, over 200. Foul tip, and it's held. Dickman down on strikes to end the third. We head to the fourth. 3-1 San Joaquin Delta. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship. SoCalCollegeSports.com. Conrad will lead things off, to be followed by Aaron Orozco and Matt Becerra. This was the 3 due up in the run-scoring second inning for El Camino. Their second trip through against Kevin Kyle. First pitch, low and inside a ball.
Conrad was the recipient of that dirt ball and then that air throw to center field, and then the infield in base hit to score the run.
Yeah, for Conrad, that was his work on the base pass. Such a key part of that inning. Swing and a miss. Count a ball and a strike. Top of the 4th inning from Fresno. El Camino and San Joaquin Delta. Good fastball. Conrad. A little late. A ball and 2 strikes.
Kevin's been using that breaking ball a little more often here, and he needs a strong inning to get his count down as well and settle. There's the breaking ball.
Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Another strikeout for Kyle. Number 6 through 3 1/3, and his 3rd in a row. And that'll bring up Orozco, who struck out his first time up. That was a dominating at bat for Kyle.
He's got the shimmy going.
0-1. Should say the fastball just misses outside, a ball and no strikes. I guess I was kind of in prediction mode there.
That's okay.
Who could blame you after 3 straight strikeouts from Kyle? Just assume that he'd be around the plate. Swing and a miss, and the count evened up a ball and a strike.
It was in fact around the plate. Just
on Orozco.
Around.
Kyle's pitch fouled back to the screen as Orozco tried to hold up but couldn't. Ball and 2 strikes. So it's now 6 in a row, retired by Kevin Kyle. Called strike 3. 4 strikeouts in a row for Kevin Kyle.
He's feeling it right now, so they say.
He's dealing.
He's got some energy. He could just, we got to experience him a little bit last year, and he has the body language of confidence right now.
At a certain point, if you're El Camino, do you consider, is there something you can do to try and upset the rhythm? Because right now it seems like very much of a rhythm thing for Kyle, a guy with great stuff who's got it really rolling.
Well, he needs some base runners. And he's got some plate side mentality. Now, he's not giving in the middle of the plate. Remember the first couple 3 outs for El Camino were well hit balls in the middle of the plate. And Kyle was just settling into the game. But now he looks like he's got his plate side mentality and he's controlling the at-bats.
Becerra, an RBI single, his first time up. Accounting for the lone El Camino run. 2 balls and a strike.
He just rarely misses by much. He forces you to swing the bat.
2-1 pitch, breaking ball misses. 3 balls and a strike on Becerra. About 7 in a row retired, but the pitch count still seems to be getting up there. For Kyle, a victim of his own stuff maybe, as he keeps striking guys out. Necessarily sends you a little bit deeper into the count.
It does.
When you strike somebody out.
And could very well be the plan to take a strike for Nate. Have his guys get a little deeper in the count, get 4 or 5 pitches in that bat, and see if they can move him off the hill.
Full count on Becerra.
He's been going backdoor breaking ball here in this at bat, this count, last couple innings.
Lifted deep into left by Becerra. Back to the wall. This is gone. Well, Matt Becerra's got some answers.
Yeah, there's one.
For Kevin Kyle.
There's one.
RBI single, and now home run number 3 on the season. And hold everything. Again, a couple looks here, and that is just out over the plate, arms extended. Becerra takes it out, and two extremely well hit balls, but I have the feeling the ball's carrying a little bit here so far early in this 2019 championship. That one got out by a healthy margin.
It's as clear as a bell, and that flag is going back and forth a little bit, but that's part of the park where the wind is headed.
A ball and a strike. The count on Brandon Casillas. He walked back in the second inning. Slow curve inside, 2 balls and a strike on Casillas. Ball on the outside corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, a wow team and a how team, and you just never quite know where you're going to get it from El Camino, and a couple of runs in vastly different ways.
Which is what they're capable of,
3 balls, 2 strikes, and Rivera calls that one ball 3, so a full count now on Casillas. I don't have the sense so far on Pat Rivera's strike zone. We watch here in the top of the 4th. Chopper back to the mound, and Kyle will go to first to end the inning. But Matt Becerra, a solo shot in El Camino. Back within 1, 3-2 San Joaquin Delta heading to the bottom of the 4th on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 4th inning. Mustangs coming to bat, seeing their lead sliced to 1 on the Becerra home run. 1 ball, no strikes on Tatum.
We're back having a state championship ball game, 3-2 in favor of the Mustangs.
It'll be Tatum, Fitzgerald, and Greeley, bottom of the order, due up. 2 balls, no strikes. Tatum hit by a pitch, his first time up. A designated hitter. Galicia ready. 2-0 pitch, hard hit, knocked down by Becerra. But it'll be a base hit for Tatum. No chance to get Tatum at first, and it's a nice job by Becerra.
Almost a great play by Becerra, who's driven in both runs for the Warriors. And here we are back in the middle of the ring. Punch, counter punch.
And it'll be Fitzgerald, Greeley, and Now the top of the order, Tyson Corio comes into the fold. It's hit by Tatum. First pitch swinging and fouled back.
Again, Delta being aggressive early in the count.
Fitzgerald with a sacrifice fly, his first time up. Came in batting just 179, but good swing. His first time up.
Both balls were driven.
Fly ball left field. Out number one.
We've had a mild wind abrasion here in the booth, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm careful what I wish for here. I think I want the breeze. It does make keeping the paperwork
I just got paper mache.
a little bit of a challenge.
It's all right. Makes me back to third grade.
Runner at first, one down. And Greeley coming to the plate. So we'll try to pull ourselves together here. Bones will try to extricate himself from the paper blizzard.
It's all right.
No balls and a strike.
The bad thing is I'm a good target.
Hey, you kept those papers in the area here. That was a good job.
It's not bad.
Good job fielding your position.
Old catcher skills.
All right, no
Just
balls
blocking it.
and a strike. The count on Greeley. Galicia from the stretch. Here's the pitch on the outside corner. Quickly, no balls and two strikes on Greeley, who had a base hit his first time up.
All right. I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
1-2 pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Amount of stolen bases that Delta's had on the year, we haven't seen any activity yet. Maybe happening soon, but in a tight ball game, it could be effective.
Galicia winds. Here's the pitch. Just outside. Tatum at first, not much of a threat to go, just 1 stolen base on the season. But held on by Palmer. And a hole to shoot for on the right side for the left-handed hitting Greeley. Fly ball
trouble.
down the left field line, foul territory. 2 balls, 2 strikes remains the count as Greeley returns. Greeley came in batting .301. 23rd run batted in on the season on the RBI single back in the 3-run second. Back to the screen. Good cut from Thomas Greeley. Delta the champions in the Big 8 Conference. Back in Fresno pursuing what would be back-to-back 3 C2A championships. El Camino co-champs in the South Coast South. Number 2 seed in the South, and they're back after a 1-year hiatus and a team on their own quest this season.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Two and 2 on Greeley. Off-speed pitch. Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
You would expect the Mustangs to be off with the pitch in this situation, but we'll see. Pretty aggressive group led by Reed Peters.
Tatum away from first. Bluffs at second. And Casillas couldn't quite hold the tip. And I'll take a look. Looked like that might have caught him a little bit awkwardly. But you got to be tough back there, Bones.
Yes, sir, you do. Well, we have a break here, and hopefully, excuse me, Mr. Casillas as well. I'd like to recognize the passing of a longtime 3C2A friend, Dean Crowley, who passed away yesterday, and complications of an illness. And Dean has been so revered, respected, and loved by so many in the 3C2A for so many years as a commissioner, an official, just a friend of many. I know that he will be a loss, but his life will be celebrated, his work will be appreciated, and in this weekend where we are in a weekend of memorial recognition, we want to take a minute to recognize Dean Crowley. Dean, we're going to miss you. Thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you for the support that you gave me during my career as a coach and administrator, and you will truly be missed. So thank you, sir.
Galicia from the stretch, and this one line just fouled. Well, in a game one of fairly lengthy at-bats, I think we may have the lengthiest here for Thomas Greeley.
This 8, 9, 10 pitch at-bat, where are we, Jeff?
I think we're at least 8.
I'm about ready to take my shoes off to get counted that.
Couple more foul balls from Thomas Greeley.
Yeah, we're to the shoes? Okay.
Tatum breaks for second. Swing and a miss for Greeley. He's down on strikes. The slide. He's safe. So Greeley down on strikes, but Tatum swipes second. Just his second stolen base of the season. And a runner in scoring position now. 2 down. That'll bring up Tyson Coria.
Not a surprise that Tatum would be on the move there. 10-12 pitch at bat. Pretty good chance the ball will be put in play. Catcher just took a foul tip. And now Coach Fernley is wanting to know what the weather report's going to be tomorrow.
Well, he should head right over here. Always more on top of the weather this weekend than you, sir.
I think George Matagakis in the 3C2A office.
Necessarily, George is a truly meteorologist this weekend.
Meteorologist Matagakis, would that be an alliteration?
You know it would be.
Okay.
That'll bring up Corio, who's 1 for 2.
George knows.
Singled in the first, struck out in the second. Takes an off-speed pitch for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes for Corio. Corio comes in 37 runs batted in on the season, and he's looking to pick up Tatum, who's at second with 2 down. Off speed again outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Kin possibly base open, left-hander at the plate, right-handed hitter on deck. 2-0, probably not too much good to hit for a young man striven in nearly 40 runs.
So often the difficulty working to the top of the order. It doesn't get any easier with McClanahan, Mathis, Bologna. Next 3 due up. So for Galicia, he locates the breaking ball for a strike. I'm impressed with Galicia's willingness and ability to go with off-speed pitches for strikes down in the count.
Confidence in 3 pitches here in this situation is good. And don't be surprised if you get a 4th right here.
Here's the 2-1. Back to the fastball and fouled away by Corio. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch count starts to climb as well for Galicia. But both these teams really blessed with third starters who've had some effectiveness this season. And for El Camino, it's Max Pappas, who figures to go Aaron Orozco, the other primary starter. But both these teams really can go 3 deep with good starters on the mound. Swing and a miss. Corio down on strikes. The Mustangs are done in the 4th. They threaten but come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. One left on base. Through 4, complete. 3-2 San Joaquin Delta, the 3C2A baseball championship. Here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Kevin Kyle back on the mound, and he will work to Taishe Nakawaki. And then the top of the order, Jerry Granillo, Spencer Palmer. 1 ball and no strikes on Nakawaki. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Kyle pumps a fastball in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball, chop foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle has the sign. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away.
Good battle by Taishi there. Good fastball that he fouled off.
It's been something of a strange outing for Kevin Kyle. A couple of hard hit balls in the first where no runs were scored, then throwing error on a stolen base, and El Camino scratches one across. This one roped into left. It's going to fall in for a base hit for Nakawaki. He will round first and hold up with a single. So the leadoff man aboard for the 3rd time in 5 innings for El Camino just to finish the point. Then Kyle appeared to get into a big-time groove, only to have that interrupted by a long home run off the bat of Matt Becerra last inning. And Nakawaki leads off the single, so Kyle has been at times hit reasonably hard here, and at times brilliant, but he carries a lead into the 5th. We'll bring up Granillo. First pitch lifted into left. Lucchetti camped under.
Lucchetti, for the out. He's the busiest guy in the building today so far. You got a lot of activity out there.
Absolutely. Now bring up Palmer. Fly to left and line to short.
Hi, David.
Kyle from the stretch. First pitch to Palmer. He had a cut.
Now El Camino coming after a little bit.
Palmer now 7 for 29 in the postseason. High fly ball center field. And it's McClanahan moving over.
Good fastball by Kyle. Got it in a little bit on Palmer. Didn't quite get extended. 2 outs here. Top of the 5th.
Kyle starting to let the defense do a little work behind him through 4 2/3. He is fan 7. He has the 3-2 lead. Borges will be the batter, and Borges came into action today swinging the hot stick for El Camino in the postseason. Even with the 0 for 2, that one squirts away from Greeley, but the runner not going. It'll be ball 1. Even with the 0 for 2 in this one for Borges, he's still well over 400, 16 for 37 in postseason play with 13 runs batted in. So we talk about the Howe team here, and well, here's one Howe. Yeah, Joseph Borges.
He's been consistent all year. I mean, he's been probably the most consistent offensive player throughout the entire season. Able to do a lot of things with that bat.
Fastball low, 2 balls, no strikes on Borges. 2 down and a runner at first. Spencer Long would be next if Borges can keep it alive. Kyle's pitch, just low.
Well, there's respect. That's a 2-0 breaking ball from Mr. Borges with the wind blowing in now. So,
3 balls on, yeah, it has really turned almost complete opposite direction, really blowing straight in from center.
And might have a little effect on how you compete in the zone here.
And you think you're not a meteorologist. Fastball outside, a ball 4 and a walk issued to Borges.
I'm just lucky I can see that far still, Jeff. That might be Montana out there for me. But
I know the feeling. So 1st and 2nd, 2 down, and Spencer Long will be the batter. He struck out twice against Kyle so far today. Of course, we don't need to think back too far about what Spencer Long can do in a big moment. Going back to the regionals and the walk-off home run.
You have to get it pretty square in this breeze. Pretty square.
It's not going to be easy to get one out. First pitch to Long, breaking ball in there for a strike.
I'd like to see Kevin go into a secondary pitch to get control of the count there, and a first pitch breaking ball in the middle of the plate.
Nakawaki at second. Joseph Borges at first with 2 down. Kyle comes home, back to the breaking ball again for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And now Long in a deep hole. Not just 0-2, but you got Kevin Kyle dealing to you.
Yeah, Kevin could throw some dirt on some people for sure.
Kyle looking for win number 12 on the season. Checks the runner. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high and away.
Tried to elevate a little bit with 2 strikes. Pretty common occurrence these days in baseball. Get that 0-2 count, try and elevate, make that look good in the eyes of the hitter. You get a little chasey chase sometimes, but maybe back to the breaking ball, but I haven't guessed right yet. So, and the flag is now docile.
One and 2 count. Breaking ball, ground ball to third. Fitzgerald gonna go to the long way to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, San Joaquin Delta 3-2 lead over El Camino. SoCalCollegeSports.com. first pitch to McClanahan. Misses low, 1 ball, no strikes. Moving McClanahan, Mathis, and Bologna against Galicia. Good fastball in there for a strike.
It's a game, Jeff, we really haven't seen what we feel someone's in total control of the game. It kind of seesaw back and forth with what you'd expect from 2 championship teams.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Galicia into the wind. This is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On McClanahan. 0 for 1 today. Flied to center back in the second. Also had a sacrifice. McClanahan red hot in postseason play. Who isn't for the Mustangs? Now 14 for 29. Ground ball to short. Nakawaki has to hurry in time to retire McClanahan.
Nakawaki smooth to the ball. Release was well. It's part of the reason he's headed to UCI to play baseball for the Anteaters.
So Zach Mathis will be the batter. He's 0 for 2. Fly to right, line to short. Hit it hard his last time up. Sharp line drive. But right to Nakawaki. Mathis, who came in 10 bombs on the season. Breaking ball from Galicia, high and away.
Getting Zach, one of those players from last year, know what it's like to taste the championship. Back here pursuing back-to-back for the Mustangs.
2 games ago, Zach Mathis had a 21-game hit streak snapped. He's hitting 23 of his last 24, but...
Is that good, yeah?
Give you a sense. 21 more games than I ever hit in. You got to make it personal, but yeah, Mathis
no, I think
in the middle of this lineup, and that's a good streak to get going. Who could figure? A couple of hitting streaks ended in that victory going back against Consumnes River, and it was in a game that they won 11-7, so they were still putting runs on the board. It shows you up and down this lineup. You never know who it's going to be, but
it takes a village.
Yeah, Mathis. 7 hits in the postseason now in 26 at bats. And this is low and inside, 3 balls and a strike. You've got the big bat, arguably, in Vinny Bologna, waiting on deck. 3 balls and a strike. High fly ball, deep center field on the track. It's Borges.
A little help from that Old Glory on that one, I believe.
Yeah, Mathis hit it hard. But it's a long fly out. 2 down, bases empty, and Bologna coming to the plate. 1 for 2. The home run to tie it up back in the 2nd inning, leading things off. Slide to right his last time up. Oh, so this is arguably maybe the one guy here when you don't want to be at the over at the hot dog stand there getting hot dog or popcorn or something. You want to be in your seat when Vinny Bologna is coming to play.
You want to watch him hit. You want to watch him hit.
No balls and a strike. Big swing and a miss. Galicia rears back with the gas.
He might have been looking soft there because he was a little tardy. He's usually not. He's usually on time.
So Bologna in a hole now. No balls and 2 strikes. Galicia working quickly. Kicks and delivers. Back to the screen. I mentioned the 6 home runs in the last 7 games for Bologna, so let's update that stat. Now 7 home runs in his last 8 games. So 17 on the season, but if it's possible, he's picking it up here late.
Stay tuned.
0-2 to Bologna. A little high with the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I tell you, Bologna will lay off a pitch that close. Good eye.
That looked a little out. Maybe a little up. But he's got 17 bombs because he knows the zone.
Here's the 1-2. On the ground to short, Nakawaki. Over to first. 3 up, 3 down. For Galicia in the 5th through 5 complete. 3-2 San Joaquin Delta. Ty Conrad set to lead things off. He'll be followed by Aaron Orozco, Matt Becerra here in the top of the 6th. Game 1, day 1, 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So happy you joined us. And remember, everybody, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1, go ahead and give us a like. Subscribe to the channel. You can be updated on all future broadcasts of SoCalCollegeSports.com and our continued partnership with the 3C2A and their championship events. As we move to the 6th.
Starting to inch towards nervous time a little bit. Inning 6, 3-2 ball game. Those starters not totally in control, but managing their pitches and their innings and keeping their teams in the ball game.
Yeah, 1-run game here into the 6th. Base hit for Conrad, leading off the 6th. 4th time in 6 innings. The leadoff hitter aboard for El Camino. I'll tell you, Kevin Kyle, as good as he's been in stretches, hasn't made it overly easy on himself here.
That was a good pitch. Wasn't necessarily a well-hit ball, but the 2-hop 5-5 hole and got into left field. But on the ground, a ball that's defensible, but just got through.
That'll bring up Orozco, who's 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, another base hit. 2 on, nobody out. The Warriors threatening here in the top of the 6th. First time since the 2nd inning that back-to-back hitters have reached against Kevin Kyle. And he comes here to start the top of the 6th.
Against Mr. RBI.
And here is, arguably the bat that you want up. And that'll bring Reed Peters now to talk to Kevin Kyle. You see the pitch count at 104. As Becerra is 2 for 2, a single and a home run. 2 runs batted in on the day. And now, how much of this, if you had to guess, Bones, is you're discussing the situation, and how much of this might be specifically about Matt Becerra?
Well, it could be about Matt, or it could be just an energy buzz, killer. El Camino, who plays with a lot of emotion, for many reasons other than that's their game and not to mention their inspiration. But also, maybe that, it's a windbreaker off a guy in the bullpen too, get himself stretching, get him started. So pitching coach out for the Mustangs, strategic decision to come out there and to just settle down, Horse and Kevin Kyle, and depending on what Matt does here.
Kyle's a perfect 3-0 in the postseason. Started game 1 of each series, and the Mustangs have won going away all 6 games in the postseason. But this, a different animal altogether. The Warriors hanging around as they bat here in the top of the 6th. First pitch in there for a strike to Becerra.
Well, the bunt didn't look in play there, but it's a ground ball from putting himself in a situation to get out of the inning, but he's capable. He's capable.
Outfield playing Becerra just slightly to pull. The wind looks like it's changed just slightly again, Bones. Fastball just outside, a ball and a strike on Becerra. It looks like it's back to sort of moving across to left field, maybe helping just a touch.
Just a little bit, you're right. Back to its original direction, a little softer.
Helping depends on who you ask. Helping the hitters.
But Kevin looked for a ball that isn't affected by the flag. He wants the ball on the turf right here.
Kyle from the belt. Here's the 1-1. Good fastball. 1-2. Brandon Casillas waiting on deck.
We talked last year often that there's a moment in every game, and this might be our first moment that both sides of these grandstands are hanging on to.
1-2 pitch, breaking ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Becerra. Becerra 4 for 22 in the postseason coming in, so he's pulling himself out of a mini funk right here on the big stage in the Final Four. 2 for 2. And a 2-2 pitch coming from Kyle. Fouled away.
Good piece of hitting by Becerra. That ball was buried on his hands. Got that ball off his belt buckle, but also demonstrating his willingness to let it get deep, take the ball the other way, and try and stand the at-bat. Of course, Kevin Kyle, he's not giving. He's not wired that way.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Becerra. Popped up. Shallow left. And now it's Lucchetti who finally calls off Mathis. So Becerra retired. And that'll bring up Casillas, who's 0 for 1.
Got a pinch hitter here, please.
All right. So they're going to pinch hit for Casillas. And it'll be Logan Young. Comes in batting .300 on the season. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. So Nate Fernley goes with Young with 2 down, or I should say 2 on and 1 down here in the 6th. Sensing the opportunity here against Kyle, and how many opportunities do you expect to get?
Usually off this young man, not too many. That's why he's got 11 victories.
Fastball in there for a strike.
Good pattern there. Just shove the ball down the middle and see if this guy coming off the bench is ready to swing, and he takes control of the count right there.
There is the potential tying run in Ty Conrad at second base. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, a beauty in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes quickly on Logan Young. Nakawaki, who has been swinging a hot bat in the postseason, waiting on deck for the Warriors. 0-2 the count on Logan Young. Foul back.
Good protection there, but a little bit tardy. But again, trying to hit the ball to right field.
Always a game of adjustments. 7 strikeouts through the first 3 2/3 for Kyle, but now hasn't had one since.
That's why they call him pitchers and not throwers. So he's need to pitch a little bit, but capable young man.
Looking for one here. The 0-2 to Young. Breaking ball inside.
A little bit up. Sometimes that's an indicator of slight fatigue. That breaking ball stays up. It's a little flat.
Logan Young just his second at bat in the postseason for El Camino.
But remember, Casillas took that foul tip, and that might have taken him out of the game.
Line drive, right field, base hit. Over to cut it off, it's Bologna. The throw up the line, they won't get the runner, we're tied. Meanwhile, the ball gets away from Greeley, who tracks it down. Everybody advances on the play. And Young ends up at second, Orozco at third. An RBI single for Logan Young ties it up at 3.
And here we are. El Camino. How? This is how. One of my teammates goes down. He takes a foul tip. They bring a young man out that hasn't had that many at-bats. He battles with 2 strikes. He gets a tough right-hander in Kevin Kyle, who I think will be removed here.
Yeah, he has gone 5 1/3, but 115 pitches.
And like I said, about 110, I think I said earlier, would be about the cutoff. But here we are. We got a baseball game, Jeff. We got a baseball game.
And the Warriors are still going. 2nd and 3rd with 1 down. Pitching change coming up for San Joaquin Delta. We'll come back, tell you about the new pitcher on SoCalCollegeSports.com. New pitcher for the Mustangs, Gunnar Mayer, going to replace Kyle. Kyle departs after 5 1/3, allowing 8 hits, walking 2, striking out 7. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility. It'll be Nakawaki set to lead things off against Mayer. The Warriors looking for the lead in the top of the 6th. They've got runners at 2nd and 3rd. First pitch from Mayer. Foul back to the screen. I mentioned that Nakawaki comes in swinging a hot stick in the postseason with the base hit earlier. He's now 11 for 23 in the postseason.
Out of the 9-hole most of the year, so good time for him to elevate his game.
The 0-1 from Mayer. Breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nakawaki 1 for 2. Base hit back in the 5th. Roscoe at 3rd. Young at 2nd. Breaking ball in there for a strike from Gunnar Mayer. The numbers on Mayer, making his 24th appearance of the season. No wins, 1 loss, an ERA of 5.35 and 33 2/3 innings of work. 1 and 2 on Nakawaki. In the dirt. Did Nakawaki hold up? He did. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Heel down to Hal Simon. Down at second base. And safe sign, so Nakawaki's still alive. 2 and 2.
It's a balk.
What'd you see?
I thought he started.
Now Nakawaki will ask for time. It was a 3-1 lead at one point for for San Joaquin Delta, but a single run 4th. Curveball almost gets away, and Greeley does a good job to snare that one. Full count now on Nakawaki. Single run in the 4th on the home run by Becerra. Now another run here in the 6th. Camino threatening to put more on the board. Payoff pitch from Mayer. Line drive right center, long run, but Bologna is there on the play. Orozco will tag and score to give El Camino the 4-3 lead.
Great job of hitting. Great job of hitting. Looking to hit the ball the other way. We're back to how do I get that runner in? Look at quality at bat, quality approach, and I'll show you how we get the lead 4-3.
That'll bring up Jerry Granillo, who's 1 for 3. Four runs, 8 hits, no errors for El Camino. 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for San Joaquin Delta. Still a runner at second with 2 down. Mayer ready. First pitch to Granillo, outside a ball. Spencer Palmer up next if Granillo can keep it alive. Young with the lead from second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Son. Mayer in 33 2/3, walked 24, struck out 43. Granillo wants time. Joined by Mike Cepeda.
Hey, boys.
What's up, Mike? Welcome. There from the belt. Granillo takes that one outside. 3 balls, no strikes.
So what I missed?
Well, it's 4-3 El Camino. We're in Fresno.
You're in Fresno, Mike. Just wanted to update
you. You know what? I appreciate the update because I don't even know where I am right now. I know I'm in a press box, sort of.
He's working 24 hours a day, pretty much, all through the month of May. 3-0 the count on Granillo. In there for a strike. Granillo 1 for 3. Base hit back in the first. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Full count now on Granillo. They're trying to get the Mustangs out of the inning and let their bats go back to work. In the bottom of the 6th, El Camino has grabbed the lead once again. With a 2 spot here in the top of the 6th. Payoff pitch. Popped up and out of play.
The energy has changed. Just like the wind now blowing in again, Jeff.
It's a swirling wind.
It is.
I think we can officially call it that with 4 wind changes that we know of since the start of the game. 3-2 on Granillo. Here's the pitch. Check foul.
Interesting that we've seen a couple home runs already. This is a ballpark where we don't see a lot of them. So you touched on that.
We've had an effective wind at those times.
Yeah, ball carrying a little bit more so far today.
I
At
mean,
least
the first
as
one
evidenced by those 2.
The first one by Bologna leaves any park.
Yeah.
Maybe even Yellowstone. That thing is great. Yogi Bear got that one.
3-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop fly. Foul territory on the right side. Playable for Dickman, who's got it to retire the side. But El Camino comes back. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 6th. The Warriors grab a 4-3 lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Lucchetti, Dickman, and Tatum due up for the Mustangs. Well, the last time the Mustangs came to bat Bones when they were trailing in the game, it took them about 4 batters to put 3 on the board and take the lead back, and they will have to attempt to do that once again against Galicia, who works into the 6th. First pitch in there for a strike.
Galicia, this would be a big inning for him. They're not immune to going to Spencer long, 7, 8, 9. But Jimmy's got to have pitch count closer to 90 about right now.
Fly ball into left, closing in. It's Conrad, and Conrad's got it.
I think the dormant flag fooled him. A swing ago was carrying to the left field, and now it cut that ball in half. So,
yeah, that was a sinking line drive off the bat of Lucchetti, and Conrad lays out to make the catch.
Doesn't necessarily be attractive, just needs to be accomplished. So we got 1 out.
And that'll bring up Dickman. Breaking ball from Galicia inside. Overall, the ERA just over 2 on the season for the Warriors, top to bottom. It's a fine staff. 1-0. In there for a strike. Galicia himself, 3-0 in the postseason with an ERA of 1.44. As he's gone game 1 of each series. On the ground to third. Becerra across to retire Dickman. 2 down, and now 8 in a row retired by Galicia. The last person to get a hit against Galicia, Dylan Tatum, who will be the batter now. He's perfect, 1 for 1, also been hit by a pitch.
We saw some streaks early from Kevin Kyle, 7, 8, 9 in a row. Retired now. Galicia, just when his club needs it, they scratch their way back, find a way to get back in this game, and now Galicia is showing you how he needs to do it here in the bottom of 6.
High kick from Galicia, and first pitch misses low and inside.
One of the things I noticed here that you don't really get from Delta, either their fans or their dugout, is it's a little low in energy. They're usually high in volume.
Breaking ball inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Just the ebb and flow of a ball game just changes throughout the course of the ball game. And
well, at one point I asked you when Kyle was in a nice groove earlier in this one, and what do you do against a pitcher that's in a groove? And you mentioned at the time it helps to get a couple of base runners, and that's exactly what the Mustangs need to break Galicia
correct
out of a nice groove.
Correct.
2 balls and a strike. Fastball in there, strike 2.
A lot easier to pitch without traffic.
Yeah, it's amazing in our coverage over the years how often you see a pitcher really just working out of the windup and everything's working, and then one batter gets on and you switch to the stretch, and all of a sudden the equilibrium is a little off, and a team starts to put it together. Pop fly, shallow left. And Nakawaki has it to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Galicia cruising, heading to the 7th. El Camino 4-3 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
kids were in the hotel in Florida. What was that movie?
Oh, man.
Florida.
Oh, it's Florida Project.
There you go.
All right.
Wasn't that bad, was it?
I saw it. Top of the 7th. No, I enjoyed it. Spencer Palmer, Joseph Borges, Spencer Long due up against Gunnar Mayer as we head to the top of the 7th inning. El Camino with a 4-3 lead, trying to move themselves into the winner's bracket and dispatch, at least in game 1, the top seed in the North. Hard hit to first, but Dickman will take it himself to retire Palmer. So 1 down, and a lot of pressure now on Gunnar Mayer. Talk all you want about the great offense, and certainly we can and have about the Mustangs, but you're down to 9 outs, and Mayer, you gotta keep him right here.
Yeah, he come in and did his job. I mean, got a sac fly, got him out of the inning. Seems to settle down a little bit after that.
Has retired all 3 that he's faced so far. Pumps a strike into Joseph Borges, who's 0 for 2. Walked his last time up in the 5th. 0-1 pitch. Borges trying to hold up. They'll appeal down, and he did. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Joseph Borges. Warriors batting here in the top of the 7th. Foul tip. Ball and 2 strikes on Borges. Borges, talk about the walk-off home run for Spencer Long, but easy to forget that Borges was huge in that Game 3 win against Cyprus, 4 for 5. He's working on a streak of 4 consecutive games in which he's had 2 or more hits. That streak's in jeopardy here, but I'm sure he would happily trade it for a win.
Absolutely.
The Warriors can finish this one out. Breaking ball, chopper to short. Mathis charging and gets Borges at first for out number 2. That'll bring up Spencer Long, 2 down, bases empty.
Nice confident play by Mr. Mathis for sure. And getting the leadership out of the mound that the Mustangs need at this point.
Long is 0 for 3. Struck out twice and grounded to third. I can think of one guy who's probably happy to see a new pitcher on the mound. Spencer Long had his struggles with Kevin Kyle, showed bunt, takes a breaking ball inside for a ball.
As the wind stirs, there's an uncertainty about outcome here. What do you think, Mikey?
Big swing and a miss.
Uncertainty for sure. I think the pop in the glove, that's a good sign here for San Joaquin Delta, but down a run. Now we're in the 7th, is that correct?
Top of the 7th.
Top of the 7th.
Yeah, they don't.
Scoreboard showing bottom of the 6th, but just want to make sure I'm tracking.
Fastball high and tight. 2 balls and a strike on Spencer Long.
Well, Coach, you talked about how teams and wow teams, and right now the how team getting it done.
So far, I mean, but both approaches are effective, but I'm sure that Delta has a depth of how as well. They wouldn't be here. They're just so impressive offensively, and Iglesias done just enough to keep him off balance, out of stride, not comfortable. Except for the one real big swing. Most of their runs have been how runs.
You expect the pitching, especially at this level, at this point in the year, to be pretty top-notch.
2-2. Bounced foul.
And looking at some of the numbers on the season for San Joaquin Delta, I mean, they're putting up some huge numbers in the run column.
And I think, I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I got to think that El Camino's close to the top 3 or 4 pitching staffs in the state in ERA.
Yeah, it's tops in ERA, 2nd in batting average against in the 3C2A. 2-2 in the dirt.
And no surprise for a Nate Fernley-led team. They develop pitchers. I remember talking to Nate after our series and just talked about the evolution of Jimmy Galicia and what they had to do in the fall, and he just was a capable kid, anxious to learn with a lot of tools. He just needed a little bit of refinement. And of course, Nate Fernley is a refined pitcher himself, and he took care of that.
3-2 to Long. Down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down for Mayer in the seventh inning stretch time. El Camino 4, San Joaquin Delta 3. You're watching the 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Kevin Fitzgerald, Thomas Greeley, and Tyson Corio due up for the Mustangs, who are looking up at a 4-3 deficit as Jimmy Galicia goes back to work. Galicia in 3 postseason starts, 25 innings pitched, so you'd have to expect that Galicia will have a long hook here and ultimately will go very deep, if not the whole way. Back up the box and a base hit.
Coach, I've noticed some of the zip off of Galicia's fastballs dipped a little bit. Do you expect a change right now? I see some activity in the El Camino bullpen.
Well, their reliever traditionally is Long. I'm not sure who might be up, and it could be Pappas, because we anticipate a rain day, and he wouldn't pitch again until Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it changes your whole plan here a little bit, but again, I think when you get this time of the season, like I said at the beginning, 110 pitches might be the lid for most guys. Kyle after 115.
Approaching 100 is Galicia right now as Greeley stands in. Bunts that one foul, no balls and a strike. And how aware is Nate Fernley right now of the situation in terms of maybe a quicker hook against a team that can so quickly put runs on the board?
Well, I think it kind of depends on your philosophy. You kind of maybe never let that starter pitch the tying run, depending on where we are in the lineup. There's so many factors, but Nate is definitely aware. He's a pitch count guy, but he develops his guys to get out there to the $110 limit, and now the sacrifice bunt.
And now no balls and 2 strikes on Greeley. Greeley's 1 for 2. A single back in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Galicia out in front against Greeley.
He's relocated in the box, which is looks like sack bunt technique, but we'll see.
Squares the bunt. That one back to the screen. And the runner going to take second. Fitzgerald advancing on the wild pitch. And they're going to try and say that Greeley maybe got a piece of this?
No, they're saying that he attempted to bunt the ball.
It's hard to tell from that angle. It looked like pulled it back.
What do you got on the replay, Jeff? Does it look like you pulled it back?
I thought we had it from the center field camera. It's kind of hard to tell. We'll get a better angle here.
He offered. He crosses up there, Coach.
That's a great job on camera.
Excellent job, cameraman.
Emery Johnson, the rest of our guys.
Matt
Good job,
Henson.
camera.
Doing a great job.
Cowboy Emery.
A ball
Magic Matt.
Ball and 2 strikes.
Magic Matt and Cowboy Emery.
That's it.
What would you like to know?
He, Coach Friendly might have had a point there.
As it is, the runner at second. Bunted back toward the mound. Galicia going to go to first. On the play, Fitzgerald has to stay at second.
That's incredible amount of confidence there with 2 strikes. Bunting to get it down, but unfortunately right back to the pitcher.
You get 3 strikes to bunt a ball, which is a lost art sometimes in baseball right now. But it's confidence in your players, and you're committed to the bunt. Allows them to commit for all 3 strikes and 3 opportunities. Can't get it done in 3, you don't win a teddy bear, Mike. That's it.
Oriole
you don't,
1 for
huh?
3.
Get 3 chances to win a teddy bear, you can't get it done, you go home.
A base hit back in the first.
Sad with a little lollipop and some,
Consolation prize?
yeah. Which would be what, like a fuzzy duck?
Something like that.
Speed pitch low. Finger pop ball, no strikes. On Corio.
Eraser top.
Corio now up to 13 hits in the postseason. He's 13 for 32. Now working on a 12-game hit streak with the base hit back in first. But trying to pick up the runner at second with 1 down. In there for a strike. Count evened up, a ball and a strike. Outfield swung around the opposite way for the left-handed hitting Corio. Fitzgerald with a lead from second. Popped up, backing out of play.
Breaking ball not quite as sharp, a little flat. Sometimes a fatigue indicator, and he's over 100 right now, Jeff.
We got him at 105. That's
getting close to the speed limit.
Necessarily an unofficial number.
It's 101 according to the live stats, courtesy of David Silverstein. Excuse me, Steph.
Well, let's go with David Silverstein. That was a little aggressive. Ground ball to second, long. Will retire Corio on the play. Fitzgerald moves to third with 2 down, and Jimmy McClanahan will be the batter.
Well, a week ago, we saw errors play a factor at the softball championship, and looking at the scoreboard right now, errors factoring into the final decision potentially in this one.
And they absolutely have. The 2 errors have come in scoring innings for El Camino, so they have made a difference in this one so far. Fastball from Galicia high. A ball and no strikes on McClanahan, who's 0 for 2, flied out and grounded out, had a successful sacrifice back in the first.
I don't know if there's any El Camino activity in the bullpen, but getting close to the middle of the sock for Delta.
McClanahan, another one of the players having a monster postseason.
Careful, careful.
So 2 balls, no strikes, as McClanahan 14 for 30 overall in the postseason. But looking for his first hit today. And if you're a Mustang fan, wouldn't this be a perfect time for it? Off-speed pitch, outside, 3 balls, no strikes, and you can work carefully to McClanahan, but Zach Mathis waiting on deck. It's the heart of the order coming up for Galicia. 3-0. Ball 4 high. 2 on now. And Zach Mathis coming to the plate. He's hitless today, 0 for 3. Flied out twice, lined out. They'll conference up here and talk with Galicia. And Galicia, to me, as I watch Bones, it's like he throws something of a heavy ball.
He does.
And it gives sort of the appearance of a measure of fatigue, but I think that's just the action on the ball.
He does throw a heavy ball, just
kind of a heavy wind up and throw, and then the ball comes out with that little bit of drop on it.
Concerned with his height, and that's really where one of the indicators of the height, and then the the flat breaking ball, but I think he's going to leave here, and I think we're going to get Spencer Long coming into the ball game.
We will come back and tell you about the new pitcher. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 El Camino. You're watching the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Spencer Long, the new pitcher, and this will cause a little mild upheaval in the lineup sheet for Nate Furley. As Spencer Long will come in, move from second base. Julian Diaz will come in at second base for El Camino, and that means that Orozco will be finished for the day. No more designated hitter for El Camino, as Aaron Orozco will be taken out of the game. So Long will be the pitcher. He'll work to Zach Mathis, who's 0 for 3. 2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. El Camino with the 4-3 lead.
Not a rare situation for Spencer Long. He's been going, coming in the 7th, 8th, and 9th all year.
Runner breaks for second, and second base stolen easily by McClanahan. So now runners at second and third. First pitch called a ball, so 1 ball and no strikes on Mathis. Vinny Bologna would be next if Mathis can keep the inning alive. How about this spot for Spencer Long? Comes in with a 1-run lead, 2 on, working to Mathis and potentially Bologna.
It's a gut check.
Update the count. It's no balls and a strike. Now it's evened up, a ball and a strike on Mathis. Long taking his time. Got one he likes. Curveball again, 2 balls and a strike.
Seems to relish that breaking ball a little bit. And there is an open base, but
do you really want to deal with Bologna in this situation?
Not necessarily, unless that wind turns around and blows in again.
Continues to swirl. Here's the 2-1 breaking ball again, and Mathis reaches out and pulls this one foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It looks like Long likes to work with an assortment of breaking pitches.
It looks soft. I'm trying to see if it's a knuckleball, but I don't think it is. But again, I had trouble seeing the flag and the clerk's right in front of me, so apologize for my optic imperfections.
Listen, your meteorology has been first rate today.
Yeah, it's windy and the sun's out. News at 11. Thank you.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Mathis. Here's the pitch. Fastball high.
Got to sneak that one in there.
Long from the stretch. Here's the payoff. Got him! Mathis down on strikes. The curveball from Long, and the Warriors are out of the inning. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. And 2 left on base. Through 7 complete. El Camino, the 4-3 lead over San Joaquin Delta. You're watching the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 8th from Fresno, El Camino. 4-3 lead over San Joaquin Delta. It'll be Conrad, Julian Diaz, and Matt Becerra due up against Gunnar Mayer. Mayer has worked 1 2/3. He has set down all 5 batters he's faced. First pitch swinging, in on the hands, and Corio moving to his right has the catch to retire Conrad.
What range from Corio. He breaks to the ball, overcommits, able to jump up, make a play. That's just terrific dexterity there from Corio.
So that'll bring up Diaz, who will make his first at bat.
6 in a row now.
After coming in to replace Spencer Long, who moved to the mound to replace Jimmy Galicia. First pitch to Diaz. In there for a strike. 2 balls and a strike on Diaz. Julian Diaz takes the fastball for a ball. Fastball, missing again, 2 balls and a strike on Diaz. Mayer kicks and delivers inside, 3 balls and a strike, now on Diaz.
Bones really impressed with the way Mayer's attacking the zone here since he's been in 6 straight now for Gunnar.
Diaz.
He's just come in and gotten outs and done the things that he needed to do, and he's kept his team in position to score and tie the game up.
Diaz takes that one on the inside corner for Diaz. Just 2 for 7 on the season at the plate. So comes in the field to spell Long when he moves to the mound to handle the pitching, but not many at bats for Diaz on the season. Here's the payoff inside, and a walk to Diaz. And a base runner for the Warriors.
Not many at bats, you got to walk. The other young man that came in, not many at bats, he drives in the go-ahead run.
Yep, absolutely. Logan Young going back to the 6th inning.
We're back to just the El Camino way here, and
The how-to way.
well, on paper they're the how. Yeah. Somebody invented that. I'm not sure who that was. But,
I should take credit for it.
You had us completely fooled.
I got a feeling the person who invented it probably not watching. Although we'd like him to be.
So Becerra
Him or her.
will stand in. Diaz with a lead at first. That one bounces in. Greeley trouble corralling it, and Diaz alertly takes second.
Diaz is going anyway.
So, Mike, if they wanted to watch, what would they watch?
SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. You don't only have to have a computer. You can watch on your phone, tablet, PC. You got an Apple TV. You got a YouTube app. SoCal College Sports 1. Type it in, and you can watch all of our broadcasts live and on the archive copy.
That's what I needed, just in case I'm stuck on the 99.
Well, I mean, we don't advocate anyone driving and watching YouTube, but you can definitely listen to the
I said
wonderful
stuck.
play-by-play by Jeff Stoynoff throughout the weekend.
Reed Peters going to come out and talk to Gunnar Mayer with a runner at second and one down. 1-0 count on Becerra, who has been one of the offensive heroes for El Camino today, 2 for 3, including a home run back in the fourth.
Camino's that team that just bite, scratch, claw, figures their way out to get out the front. Here they are again with their kind of energy, which is nip and tuck and play, catch, and pitch, and we'll see how it goes.
Looks like we're working on a pitching change with a new Mustang pitcher coming in.
Let's take a break.
We'll step aside, come back, tell you about the new pitcher. Top of the 8th, 3C2A Baseball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Pitcher Noah DeNoyer, third pitcher of the game for the Mustangs. He comes in with a runner at first and one down. 1-0 count on Matt Becerra. Diaz with a lead. First pitch in there for a strike for DeNoyer.
That's a little bit of an above average fastball. Nice, tall, long, extended delivery. Sets up pretty formidable on the mound.
DeNoyer making his 15th appearance on the season. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Quickly now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Becerra. DeNoyer with a record of 4-0 on the season with 3 saves, an ERA of 4.26, 38 innings. 1-2 on Becerra. Diaz away from second. Here's the pitch. Just low.
Good place to miss there, Coach.
Yes, sir. Good pitch. 0-2 off the plate. Down. Got a little bite on the breaking ball. Just have command of the zone. We've only seen 3 pitches, but they all been effective.
Yeah, Denoyer, 38 innings, walked just 11, struck out 39.
1 per innings. Pretty good.
2-2 on Becerra. Fouled away.
Doing something right.
A bit of a quick delivery there, trying to take a step off the runner at second base.
Game 1 of 2 here today. The top seed in the South, OCC and Sac City. Due up at 4 p.m.
2 teams making the return trip to the Final Four here in Fresno. High pop, shallow left. Mathis called off by Lucchetti. Out number 2.
I'm going off Lucchetti with most putouts today. He might have more than anybody in the field.
He's been busy in left field.
Earned his keep.
Left-handed hitters, right-handed hitters, Bones, it doesn't matter. Everybody's hitting the ball off the left.
He's in, he's out, he's left, he's right. It's Bugs Bunny.
Mateo Gonzalez Drake will be the batter. He checked in to replace Casillas, who appeared to be injured earlier in the game. And we saw Logan Young with a pinch hit in the 6th. So now it's Mateo Gonzalez Drake who will bat. Denoyer's pitch misses low.
Good downward plane on that fastball.
Crucial juncture of this game here, Coach. Insurance run at second base, and you get the feeling 1 run might not be enough against a potent lineup like Delta has.
True. This could be a moment for their relief pitcher.
Fastball from Denoyer, a ball and a strike.
This should be a classic situation for the not often used, as I hear everybody scream, Mo on the El Camino side. Opportunistic time for an important knock in this season.
Gonzalez Drake 0 for 5 on the season at the plate. So Nate Fernley going deep to his bench. Off-speed pitch in for a strike, a ball and 2 strikes. Gonzalez Drake looking to pick up Diaz at second with 2 down. Denoyer trying to get to Vinny Bologna, who will lead off the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez Drake down on strikes. Warriors done in the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, El Camino trying to close it out. They lead San Joaquin Delta 4-3 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Vinny Bologna, who will lead things off. 1 for 3, a home run back in the second. To be followed by Luchetti, Dickman, Spencer Long.
Coach, to pile on that, this game is anything but in the fridge.
I got you, Chick.
Jam shot into shallow right. It's going to fall for a base hit. Bologna muscles it out to right field for a leadoff single.
Bologna was thinking too.
He was out of the box too, which is impressive. Power hitter, wasn't sad that he got jammed a little bit. This would be interesting. We would play the tie here with the punt. Or do they let this young man swing?
Bologna, for his part, excellent speed. 22 steals on the season, 28 attempts.
That might be the answer, basically, with El Camino's third catcher behind the plate.
Teo Gonzalez break.
Segue o amigo,
Taken over from Casillas. Throw over from Long.
Did Casillas come out initially? I know I saw him get hurt.
I believe he stayed in the game till the end of the inning, but then there was a pinch hitter, and then Drake taking over. Ball 1 to Luchetti.
He took the ball and go.
Oh, Luke, move right here, baby!
He's going to throw over.
Might get a fastball, but in the 22 here.
Luchetti, 1 for 2. A single back in the third. He walked in the second. Run scored in the game. Already going back to the Cypress series and on the mound. Such a critical moment. It doesn't get a whole lot bigger than this now as he takes over against the Mustangs trying to close it out against an incredibly potent offense. 1-0 to Luchetti. Dirt.
Well, we've often talked about, especially in double elimination formats, how important it is to win on day one.
Broadcast, talking day one.
I hope you are.
It's just so difficult. Come back. There goes the runner. Swung on and lifted into left field. Playable for Conrad, who has it for the out. Bologna will return to first.
Looks to be that Spencer Long has pretty good runner control. He holds the ball, he varies his times to the plate. He's very quick to first base.
Oh, Bones, that was a heck of a trip through the heart of the order. When you think back to last inning, fanning Mathis to get out of the jam, and then does a great job of jamming Bologna. Only his strength gets it out to right field for a base hit, and then he gets Luchetti. So he's done a terrific job since coming in. Almost had Bologna leaning the wrong way on the throw over. So that'll bring up Dickman, who's 1 for 3. A base hit back in the second.
Makes you uncomfortable. Pick, slide step. Pick, delivery. So it's, Dickman's got to stay focused here.
Called strike. No balls and a strike. Blake Dickman. Dickman, 8 for 18 in the postseason coming into today, now up to 9 hits. And how about this for a stat for Blake Dickman? 9 walks in 6 postseason games. So tremendous patience. No balls and a strike to count here.
But I think he demonstrated that early in the game with that 2-out knock.
Meanwhile, Long working at a measured pace. Bologna at first, 1 down. Mustangs trail it in the bottom of the 8th. Breaking ball low. Ball and a strike.
Interesting change from Galicia, the heavy fastball pitcher, to the some of that Spencer Long.
Almost exclusively off-speed stuff from Spencer Long. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, lifted into shallow center. And moving in, it's Borges to make the catch. Two down, Bologna still at first, and Dylan Tatum will be the batter.
Well, Long's delivery and Long's repertoire just doesn't give you the whole side of the baseball to hit. And out in front a little bit, both people in that action situation with the runner. Ball popped up in the air both times.
Tatum's 1 for 2. He'll throw over, and Long done a good job of keeping Bologna close at first, and with 22 steals and 28 attempts. Bologna is certainly a threat to go. There he goes. The throw down from Drake. He's safe. It was called strike 1 to Tatum, but now the tying run is at second.
Kevin Fitzgerald on deck, who's had some very good at-bats through the course of the afternoon.
He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Slow curve, just inside. 1-1 the count on Dylan Tatum.
We are windy again.
And it is now blowing right to left, maybe in just a little bit. 1-1 pitch, cued foul. Ball and 2 strikes, and it looks like, as I watch Bones, the Mustangs really taking some big hacks up against Spencer Long. And does that play a little bit into how Long likes to go about things? It seems like wants to keep you off balance with the off-speed stuff.
Well, this is his game, and obviously the matchup's pretty good. As long as he's leaving out over the plate, should be okay. But so far, it seems a couple lazy fly balls, which is probably what happens often in long pitches.
1-2 pitch, fastball, got it. Long fans Tatum. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Heading for the 9th. El Camino 4, San Joaquin Delta 3. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. The 9th, El Camino with the 4-3 lead on top seed in the North, San Joaquin Delta. Game 1, the 3C2A baseball championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Noah Denoyer set to work. First pitch in there for a strike to Taishe Nakawake. Followed by the top of the order, Jerry Granillo, Spencer Palmer. Here in the 9th. 0-1 pitch. Denoyer with another fastball for a strike against Granillo. Off speed high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nakawake, who is 1 for 2. Base hit back in the 5th. And perhaps most critically, the sacrifice fly back in the 6th. Popped up on the infield. Mathis for out number 1.
Got to give credit to Mathis. He's come in, settled the building, taking control of the game. Kept El Camino's offense at bay. They're back to the top of the lineup with Granillo again trying to scratch one in, get a little more insurance going in the bottom of the 9th against a potent Mustang offense.
Yeah, it's been a very good performance from the Mustang bullpen. First it was Mayer, and now Denoyer coming in, and they have combined to allow no hits and 1 walk since taking over for Kyle with 1 out back in the 6th inning.
Both bullpens have showed that they're capable of handling the game, coming into a game. The long came a difficult spot, took care of it. So
fastball for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Granillo, who's 1 for 4. Base hit way back in the 1st for Granillo. 1-1 pitch from Denoyer. Good fastball again. Now Granillo down to the count of ball and 2 strikes. Back to the screen. That's an interesting delivery for Denoyer there. A long pause on the initial step. And then able to complete the windup and deliver.
It's part of his deception. It's part of his deception. And again, he has that long body, kind of a Rick Sutcliffe delivery.
3rd ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know I'm going to enjoy that. Did you get the cup on the with the hand back there?
Yeah.
No,
That pause delivery.
the quintessential Rick Sutcliffe. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball just inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Delta
on Granillo.
Delta faithful staying faithful. I thought that was should have gone the other way.
Wanted that call, didn't get it, full count. Payoff pitch, fouled away.
And El Camino continues to get deep in counts, take pitches out of the arms of the Mustang pitchers.
Zoom in,
Find a way to
você
get on
dá
base
zoom.
somehow.
Zoom in out, você tira o zoom. Zoom in.
A wave and a miss. Granillo down on strikes.
Very effective changeup.
Denoyer pulls the string.
Very effective.
2 down, and that'll bring up Spencer Palmer. Looking ahead to the Delta 9th. It'll be Fitzgerald, Greeley, and then the top of the order, Tyson Corio, 8-9-1 coming up. Off speed outside a ball. Palmer on the day, 0 for 4. Good cut, fouled away.
But John told me that if you don't want me, kind of cheap. If you go to the airport, I guess where you got John. It's okay. Then if you go to
1-1 from Denoyer, well outside, 2 balls and a strike. Look at the postseason numbers for Palmer, just 7 hits and 32 at bats, but 8 runs batted in with 7 hits. And that speaks to the timely nature of how the Warriors are getting it done in much of this season.
It's an all hands on deck for sure.
3 balls and a strike on Palmer. Joseph Borges would be next if Palmer can keep it alive. Lifted into left and deep. Long run for Lucchetti. This is going to be off the wall. Stand-up double for Spencer Palmer. Well, other than the Becerra home run, it's the only other extra base hit of the day for El Camino. And they have a 2-out runner in scoring position.
But their most consistent offensive player, Borges.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Borges, 0 for 3. Did walk back in the 5th inning. So DeNoyer dealing with a base runner for the first time since he came on. Back in the 8th, he had set down 4 in a row. First pitch, Borges with a big swing. No balls and a strike. And again, DeNoyer very effective with the off-speed pitch. Goes to the change here, Bones.
There's a little breaking ball. Borges looking to cheat and square one up, but number 3-7 for the Mustangs is hanging in there.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit hard, fair ball. The Warriors going to come up with an insurance run here on back-to-back hits with 2 outs. 17th hit of the postseason for Joseph Borges. And this one plates a big insurance run for El Camino. They now lead at 5-3.
2 outs, nothing going on. Back-to-back quality at bats. The opportunistic Warriors continue to demonstrate what they're all about. They're going to make you play 27 outs for sure, and they're going to use all of theirs.
Yeah, under Nate Fernley, in 2010, they made their first appearance here at the championship tournament since 1951. That's how Nate Fernley has really turned it around. And now a subsequent appearance in 2017, another one this year, so 3rd trip. And building a winning program are the Warriors under the guidance of Nate Fernley, working in his 13th season. Meanwhile, Reed Peters going to come out and make another pitching change. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. 5-3 El Camino in the 9th at SoCalCollegeSports.com. New pitcher, left-hander Troy Wentworth. 4th pitcher of the game for the Mustangs, and Wentworth making his 18th appearance. No record in an ERA of 1.45 in 18 and 2/3. 9 hits allowed, 17 walks, 21 strikeouts. Well, Bones, I think you don't have to go too far into the numbers to know what's going to be the primary telltale sign here with Troy Wentworth.
Is count control. He can leverage the count. Looks like he's a strikeout thrower. Big time for Delta here. Big time for Delta.
First pitch to Long, a strike. Swing and a miss. High heat from Wentworth, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes on Spencer Long. Long's 0 for 4 on the game.
They did a bang-up job on the mound, though.
Absolutely. On in relief of Galicia and trying to finish it off. As we look ahead to the 9th, here's the 0-2. Got him. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And Wentworth out of the inning, but not before the Warriors put another one on the board. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 9th, where Long and the Warriors will try to finish off San Joaquin Delta. It's the 3C2A Baseball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. To the 9th, and El Camino 3 outs away from a spot in the winner's bracket on day 2. The Mustangs will come with Kevin Fitzgerald, Thomas Greeley, and Tyson Corio against Spencer Long, who took over with 2 outs in the 7th inning for Galicia. And we'll try to finish it out.
Whenever day 2 is going to be.
Right.
It's going to be after day 1.
Right. I could only call it day 2.
That's about all we know.
I didn't really want to. I couldn't get specific on day of the week. No balls and a strike on Fitzgerald, who's hit the ball hard. 1 for 2, a single, flied out, and a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd inning, which gave the Mustangs at the time a 2-1 lead.
Man.
Out in front on the breaking ball from Long, and Fitzgerald down in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes.
Long, really good control with his off-speed stuff here, Coach.
He just throws up saucers up there and just like frisbees.
Have fun hitting.
Yep.
Down on strikes is Fitzgerald. He'll throw down to complete the strikeout, and in 1 2/3, 3 strikeouts now for Spencer Long.
Again, he's not born in this situation to do extended innings, and you can see why they get him up in the 7th, 8th, a little bit more than a traditional closer, because he's soft, he's got some longevity, not a whole lot of tax on the arm.
Pinch hitter Bubba D'Antoni will bat for Thomas Greeley.
How about Tim Wakefield, Coach?
A little bit. He just stands in there and says, here, see what side of this baseball you can hit. There's 4 sides of this ground. It's going to be tough.
far it has been. 1 2/3 allowed just the 1 hit in there for a strike.
Tough with that much movement to really hit it on the squeeze here, Coach.
It's tough. You got to really be patient. You got to let it get deep. You got to trust what you've been taught. In an anxious situation, it's real difficult for a young man to do that. You've seen them all out in front.
Low to D'Antoni, a ball and a strike. D'Antoni comes in batting. 253, no home runs, 15 runs batted in.
Might have been one of the most infrequent times of back-to-back fastball. I don't think we've seen that yet.
Just
It's absolutely, yeah. A complete change of pace, back to the curve, and it's outside, 2 balls and a strike.
It's almost a semi-ethos, if you remember that.
David Roach.
Yep, remember the ethos?
Well, I think it goes back even before David Roach. I remember LaRoche did it in the 70s. Through the hole and into left for a base hit for D'Antoni. So a 1-out base runner, and now the tying run at the plate, Tyson Corio. Due up.
Well, you still have the ever-present offense of San Joaquin Delta. Get to the top of the lineup. We've got some Thunder bats coming.
Corio 1 for 4 in the game.
You don't
Base hit.
necessarily want to pace.
Back in the first.
Did you say ever-present or omnipresent?
I said ever-present.
Oh.
I said neither, actually.
First pitch in there for a strike to Corio. Palmer holding. D'Antoni on at first. Outfield shading Corio just slightly the opposite way. Curveball outside, a ball and a strike. And time called, and we'll have a pinch runner for D'Antoni. It'll be Brian Rosario, and Rosario on the season leads the team with 27 stolen bases in 29 attempts. So Rosario will run for D'Antoni. And obviously, Bones, the run that Rosario carries doesn't have much significance, but you need to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, the double play, really, there you go.
There he goes. In the dirt, the throw down. They'll never get him.
Didn't take long.
Stolen base for Rosario, and now the runner at second. And a count of 2 balls and a strike, and you see the jump of Rosario.
Excellent jump, but again, it's believing in your players, using their strength, getting them on the field to help you get a win, and that's why you have 30-something guys on your club, and everybody can contribute somehow.
2 balls and a strike. Curveball, beauty, called strike 2 on Tyson Corio. Long with a long look. Now he's ready. Here's the 2-2 to Corio. Back to the fastball, and Corio fouls it away. Long from the stretch. Here's the 2-2. Line foul.
A few more fastballs to the left-handed hitters and the right-handed hitters, and the flutter frisbee more to the right-handed hitters.
Tailing away.
McClanahan waits on deck. Conference for Mateo Gonzalez-Drake behind the plate.
What's the approach here from the lefty, Coach?
Well, I just need to stay on the baseball. It looks like they're trying to hit the ball the other way. It's the kind of pitcher that you need to do that. And I don't know if he has enough velo to get it by you, unless you're just dead guessing. But if you just put in your hitting plan, I think you'll be okay.
Well, that fastball no doubt looks a few miles per hour faster when you see non-stop breaking balls over a long stretch. So well disguised, it was a fastball that got Zach Mathis go back to the 8th inning. 2-2 on Corio. Curveball high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Premature burst from the El Camino faithful, but not getting the call.
Incredibly close.
I think the ball was up.
Full count now on Corio. Swung on and missed. Corio down on strikes as Long goes back to the fastball. Bones, it's just hard to be ready for that pitch.
And it sneaks up on you at 82.
4 strikeouts, 82, but what does it feel like when you're in the box?
Probably feels like a buck.
McClanahan will be the batter. Mustangs down to their final out. Goes after the high heat. No balls and a strike. And Jimmy McClanahan 0 for 2. Slide to center, grounded to short. He walked his last time up. McClanahan, 1 home run on the season. 0-1 pitch. Another fastball on the outside corner. 2 balls, or I should say, no balls, 2 strikes quickly on McClanahan.
Paint down there from Long, right in the corner.
Totally. And again, not often he's gone back-to-back feebies against right-handed hitters. He did a couple times against lefts, but not rights.
And more so in this 9th inning.
And maybe
Long.
maybe the 7th and 8th would set up the fastball.
0-2 on McClanahan. Just outside, ball 1.
If he wins, I'll
Well, that's 3 fastballs in a row. To McClanahan.
Think he's going to waste one here, Coach?
I think this will be down in the zone and away.
1-2. Fastball swung on and missed. McClanahan down on strikes, and the Warriors are moving on in the winners bracket. How about Long? Strikes out the side in the 9th.
Well, the long and
One base hit
short of
mixed
it
in
is, the long and short of it is El Camino 5, Delta 3, and a great game by 2 great clubs. And again, the inspiration and the leadership of Nate Fernley, his institution, his administration over these last 5 or 6 weeks has just been tremendous. And you can't, I have a little soft spot. Those are, as a place I was for a long time, and people that were great to me and my experiences there. And I'm just happy for Nate, his kids, Colin Preston, their athletic director, Rory Natividad, their dean. It's been great people, and it's just a great story. And as tough as competition is, the stories we live for. And it's been a great, great day so far. We got game 2 coming up at 4 o'clock with 2 wonderful teams in Orange Coast and Sac City. So we look forward to you hanging with us. And where do they need to stay, Mike?
SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Anywhere else?
SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you have anything on the Pasadena website?
And
That would have been nice.
CCCAA Sports.org.
3C2ASports.org.
CCCAA Sports.org, I believe, is the
It is.
is the website for
It
where
is.
you can catch all the stats. Now, if you want to watch the live stats in addition to the video, you can go ahead and do that on CCCAAsports.org. But if you're in the go, you're in the car, you want to listen to the game, SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube.
Bingo.
I'll tell you, good start to a championship weekend here.
Wonderful.
The 2 seed in the South, El Camino, derailing the Mustang train that had brought San Joaquin Delta in here on such a hot streak, but they will have to go back to work on day 2 in our first game. We're just getting started here today. We'll rejoin you at 4 o'clock for game 2. It'll be Orange Coast, Sacramento City College on our second game here of day 1. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, you're watching the 3C2A Baseball Championship. We'll see you at 4 o'clock, everybody.